don't design your life the way you want, it will design itself for you. I've heard that same saying said before about culture of a company, right? If the CEO doesn't define the culture, then it just kind of happens. The same happens with your life. If you are not intentional about the way you want to spend your time, then your time just gets spent the way it gets spent. What do I mean by this? So I actually have given this activity out a couple of times recently, which made me think to create this video. Create a pie chart for your life. If you were to divide it up into the most important categories for yourself, which might be your family, maybe it's kids in one column and spouse in another, personal time, growth. It could be categories such as something spiritual or religious based. It could be volunteering and giving back. It could be all kinds of things, but the core categories of how you spend your time, create those categories, whatever they are for you, and then ask yourself, what percent of your time in a pie chart fashion, draw it out, are you spending in each of those categories today? And what percent of your time would you like to be spending in each of those categories? There will be a gap in differences. The reality is that first one is what's happening to you, because often we're not really intentional about how we're spending our time. We're somewhat intentional, right? Like we know we're doing things we want to do in different categories, but we haven't thought about how much we really want if we were to really divide it out. And you can see that, and you can see the second pie chart, which is what you would like to be doing with your time. And then see how you're going to shift some things, be more intentional about how to shift them. If you want to take it a step further, how would you like your time to look a year from now, right? Because then you can start building out your life towards how you want it to be today. And what are the things you need to adjust and change over the next year to get it to be the way you want it to be a year from now? Because that might be different than the way you want it today. One important factor that I'm going to put in this, because I hear people say it a lot, is my least favorite word. There's a video out there I've made about it somewhere, is should. It's like should not exist in the English language. Because should is about blame and shame. It's about where you think others think you should be, not what you want. So when you are doing this exercise, don't think about what you should be doing with your time, what is imposed from others on you, but what would you really want your life to look like? This is about you designing your life, not letting others or other things design it for you. So get rid of the word should and think about what you really want. And then work towards creating that. Be intentional about the design of your life. It's your life. Don't let it get defined randomly or by other people.